and welcome back. We are on Dylan's stream right now, but this is also recording for an episode of TCN, that is the Cigar Noob on YouTube. Of course, I am your resident Cigar Noob. I am dripped out, of course, looking fresh as fuck. I've got the flamingo pants because we are smoking Liga Privada 10th anniversaries. This is like $100 cigar right now. We're going to be smoking it, we're going to be reviewing it, and we're both, I wouldn't say noobs, but I would definitely say when we look at the aficionados in the groups and amongst the kind of community, they definitely look down their noses at us. So we're going to smoke this and give you our real thoughts on it. Is this really going to blow our minds? Who knows? So it was a little bit hard to get the tobacco for this guy. I kind of had to dig around into some articles. I found that it has a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. It has, I believe, a San Andreas binder. And it has a blend of Honduran and Nicaraguan fillers.
We're going to get into it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there we go.
That is, taste that.
Whoa.
Right? It burns, but it's good. That is an oily wrapper.
Yep.
This wrapper is not for the faint of heart. This is bold. It burns a little bit. I'm not going to lie, but it tastes good.
I'm getting like a caramel. Like on the dry puff, do you get the caramel, or what are you getting? I'm getting like a citrusy caramel.
I'm getting more of I taste the caramel. There's a caramel sweetness. It's
yes.
At least for me, it's
there.
almost like I'm getting it off the top lip.
Right.
It's weird, but I'm getting caramel coffee. Because obviously we've been talking, we've been discussing, and it sounds like we're kind of on the same base, we're kind of on the same note.
Yeah.
But I would say I'm definitely getting coffee, lots of cedar. This is an incredibly heavy cedar flavor profile cigar, which is really good. It's almost hard to find a cigar with a really good cedar flavor profile.
Right.
And as I'm kind of transitioning into the second third here, I am beginning to taste hot pepper. So, obviously, yeah, you smoked yours down a little further.
So I'm about halfway through that second third here, as you can see. It's a weird thing because it comes in a wave. So on the draw in, I'm getting this like chocolatey espresso type deal, right? I'm getting that, and then on the exhale, I'm starting to get that heavy cedar, right? And as it sits there, the pepper creeps in, and it kind of just lingers for a minute, and then as you like taste around, you get that cedar back, and it's like whoa. Like, but it's just like so much cedar, baby. it's like dawn on like a chunk of wood, man.
And it's interesting because there's so much cedar in it for how isolated it's been for so long now. Yeah. So it's interesting to see that that's not from it sitting in the humidor. That's from the natural age of the cigar. That's from however long they've aged the cigar for. We are going over the second third. I'm just about getting into my final third. Dylan here. Stacking bodies, he has smoked that bitch down. Overall, at least when we were discussing at the time, it's very consistent. That coffee, lots of cedar, some hot pepper. Maybe I'm getting a little bit of earth on the second third.
Yep.
But otherwise, it's very nice and consistent. You know, I would like it in a smaller size, but how it is right now, that's fine. I think in a smaller size, it would still be just as good. Yeah. And you'd be able to fit more in a box.
Sure. The one thing I'm picking up a lot on here, as you're about to transition into it, I don't want to say it yet, because it's one of your... you know what? I don't even want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
I'm going to wait till you get down to it. But it's...
I'm sure there'll be a lot of ranting.
No, something that you enjoy. It's right here in the final third.
All right, so he finished his cigar a little bit ago. I've just finished winding down on the final third here, and I gotta say, he knew 100% beforehand and kept it a secret from me. He wanted me to experience it, and it kind of blew me away. This final third is so damn reminiscent of a well-aged Dirty Rat. I've talked about it before when I did the review. It's not buttery like a rat. Usually the rats have like a really nice butter flavor profile, but the tobacco just comes in key and it's just this rich, robust. Like, you're still getting a little bit of that cedar, at least for me, but it's just this rich, robust tobacco flavor that's just so divine, and it's just it is for me it is the final flourish that something like this really expensive, really nice cigar needed to really be worth it.
Yes. Yeah, it drove it home great, and that's why the second I tasted it, it was off camera, but I absolutely lost my mind when I got to that final third, and it hit me, and I knew exactly what it was, and he was a little bit farther behind on his stick, so I didn't want to spoil it for him, but I waited till he got closer to it, and I wanted him to know what he was about to get to. So he was prepared.
And I mean, you were dead on the money. As soon,
right.
Like, because the cigar actually died, and I relit it, and the second I relit it and purged it, I tasted it. It was like it literally died on the transition, and the second I picked it up, it was like a whole new cigar. It was. I must have sat here for like 10 or 20 minutes just contemplating it. It's hard to describe. Obviously, with like I keep saying, I keep going back to the Dirty Rat. It gets buttery, but it gets robust like that. But this was just that robustness, and I thought that was something unique to the Dirty Rat, but it's not. That is the dirty, as you said. It's the dirty of the rat. But this is.
Yeah, I don't know what the flavor of dirty is.
Yeah, like what that
but
is.
For some reason, like
it's good.
Anything from the Liga line that's got dirty in front of it.
You'll taste it.
It's got a dirty taste to it.
But overall flavor, just general flavor notes. Just to point out, yes, there's still the cedar. I would say honestly, the coffee and the spice is gone.
Right.
It's coffee and spice is gone, and it's replaced by this. It's just aged tobacco. That's all I can really say. Aged tobacco is what what that flavor has to be. This cigar comes to you so well aged. I can't remember. I remember the Dirty Rat. I remember giving it a very high rank. I still think I prefer the Dirty Rat, but I think the Dirty Rat I smoked at the time definitely didn't have the age that I wanted it to when I reviewed it. But I would honestly give this cigar like a 93.
I was gonna come in maybe a little bit lower, but only by like 1 point.
Like 92. Okay.
92, 93. I was right there with you on that.
Going over notes. Obviously, I mean, let's be completely fair about this. This is a $100 cigar when people are reselling them as singles. If the construction, burn, or draw is any problem, there is a problem. And I had no problems at all. Like, like me having to relight it was me smoking it too slowly.
So slowly, right.
You don't see the boxes up for sale. But the few that you do, $800. So you can say break it down to $80 a stick. But honestly, when you find websites selling these, they're selling them for like $120, $150 a cigar. It's so hard to put a price on this cigar, but that's kind of where it sits right now, just because it is exclusive. It's small batch. Honestly, there is a little bit of review comparison because we obviously two separate reviewers.
Right.
But honestly, we were 100% dead on. Like, review comparison is 100% like on the money. Like, we were tasting the same. You know, the thing is too is the fact that I only drink water, and that's to keep the reviews as straight to the cigar as possible. He had a Red Bull and now another like Starburst drink, and the fact that we were tasting the exact same thing is interesting to me. To me, it's almost feels like the cigar is the main player, and it really controls the palate. It's not like other cigars where you have a drink, and depending what drink you pair with it, it could make it or break it. This is a cigar you could pair with anything, like your Gatorade, like water, Propel, soda, diet soda, like
nice bourbon.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, you could put whatever you want with
like it. Whatever you're gonna drink with it, just make sure you like it. Obviously, Cigar Noob. This is Dylan. This is my older cousin. He streams over at Stacking Bodies 94 at Twitch.tv. He's the guy who I'm always mentioning, who hands me a stick to try, hands me a stick to review, and we go back and forth. But if you want to, I will leave a link in the comments. You stream like, I'm not a big horror movie guy, But like the Jason movies, like the normal people, you play. It's like you're playing them, but you have objectives. Like you're overturning generators on, or like destroying little totems that the killer has made. From what I've seen, but honestly, if you're interested in that, I would say go check it out. I'm gonna link it in the description. We're gonna wrap it up. We finished Cigar, close off the night. So until next time, fucking like, subscribe, go down in the comments. Let me know if you smoked one, and we will see you next time.
On TCN.
Ooh, I like that.